All right, welcome to Module 1 of the online course Rise to the Call. I would like to begin by honoring the traditional landowners of this beautiful place I'm in right now. I'm in the Great Lakes region of coastal New South Wales, and I'd like to honor the traditional landowners, the Warimi people. A practice that I do whenever I go for a walk in nature is close my eyes and take deep breaths and bring an offering of my intention for being in that place, in that nature, in that natural place, and show my intention in my heart to the traditional owners, to the spirits who are still watching over that place. So I just did that for our course as well, just showing my intention for sharing this information in great hopes that it will inspire activism and support you all to reach your fullest potential for the planet. Module 1. All right, so this is the theme this week is self in rising. So this whole course is designed to kind of work its way outward, kind of like a ripple effect, like a drop in water ripples outward. And so we begin with self. This is super important. We're grounding ourselves, grounding you in what's happening in the world today, and then allowing us to explore how we fit into the world within this context. So this module of self helps uncover your gifts, your strengths, your insights that already live within you, and it explores the larger story of life and uncovers the role that you're already playing, so that you can design and create the role that you would like to play in the future. And really this is about connecting inward, connecting into self, so that we can better serve the collective, so that we can better serve our higher purpose by having a deeper connection with our own self. So what is even happening in the world today? There are 3 stories or perspectives that Joanna Macy gives to kind of help us frame this. And all of this is in the PDF, the attached PDF. So if you are more of a reader, please go ahead and tune into that document. There's a lot of great exercises and worksheets and things for you to journal. So get your notebook out and your pencil, and do a little bit of this self-reflection to kind of go inward, reflecting on your skills and talents and passions and purpose. So there's 3 perspectives, 3 stories. Business as usual. So this is the assumption that there's little need to change the way we live. Economic growth is the priority. We just want to progress and more and bigger, faster, just getting ahead. The second story is the Great Unravelling. This draws attention to the disasters that business as usual is taking us towards, all the natural disasters, the injustices socially and environmentally, even economically, as well as the disasters that have already occurred and are occurring on a daily basis. And then the third story is called The Great Turning. So this is the perspective held by those of us who know that the first story is leading to catastrophe and who refuse to let the second story have the last word. So this is the story that involves the emergence of new and creative human responses. I know a lot of people are talking about there's a great awakening happening. So this is that great turning. But all 3 of these stories are happening, are in effect. So we just need to choose which one we're going to put our energy behind. We recommend the Great Turning, which is why you're here. Good job. All right, so that's kind of like the context of where the world is, and what we're doing in this course is supporting each other to connect in deep, so that we take care of ourselves, so that we may then turn around and see ourselves as a part of nature, as a part of the world, and be effective within our communities and be effective within our world. So focusing in on the self first. We have stories about the world, but we also have stories about our own selves. So I encourage you to pause this at any moment if you're inspired to take some notes or have a little journal session. This week is all about introspection and just reflection. So yeah, have a think. What stories do you have about your own self? Do you get in your own way? Why do you do this? How do you sabotage yourself? Maybe take a few notes about how you block yourself and get in your own way. The next little exercise I invite you to do is think about, who are you? If someone were to ask you this question, what would you say? And just write and write and write. Try and fill a full page. Maybe 10 different people ask you this question. What would you say to each of those people? Yeah, do you get different answers? So that's the next little exercise. These are in the PDF, so feel free to just access that document. The reason we do these exercises is just as the ecosystem thrives with diversity, we are each important for our unique strengths and skills. So this kind of helps us to understand the difference between ego and eco. We are not just one person out to save the world. That's not sustainable. You're going to burn out and get tired or get sick or feel unsupported. Instead, we're a team, we're a family, we're an ecologically interconnected organism working together. So as we expand our sense of self to be one of the ecological self, owning our skills and our talents no longer feels lame or condescending, because we know we are shining to support the greater whole of which we are a part. Our energy lifts the collective energy. A beautiful image. I am protecting the ocean, or instead, I am the ocean protecting herself. And there's a beautiful story about where that comes from in the PDF. And some questions. Actually, there's a quote that Kaz and I love by Joanna Macy. When we perceive our deeper identity as an ecological self that includes not just us, but also all life on Earth, then acting for the sake of the world doesn't seem like a sacrifice. It seems like a natural thing to do. So just let that sink in. And then I invite you to journal with the questions that are in the PDF. What am I great at? What am I passionate about? What do I live for? Other people say I have great qualities, including what makes my soul catch on fire? How do I currently celebrate what I'm good at? Excuse me. So this is important for us to see ourselves. Sometimes we have to see ourselves from someone else's perspective, from someone else's point of view, to see how amazing we are. So if you need to put yourself in different shoes, do it. Because as we take on this courageous role of stepping up, we have to support ourselves. If we don't have our own back, how can we have the back of the planet or anyone else in our team or community? So yeah, this is an exercise in owning your gifts, acknowledging your gifts, and inspiring them to shine. Next, in level 1, we are talking about boundaries and consent. So this is an interesting one to apply to activism, but so important as we inspire the self and try and lift up and amplify all of the gifts of each of us. This is like energy outward, like, yes, I can do that. Yes, I'm amazing. Yes, we're saving the world. Yes, we're working together. But we also have to make sure that we're not spreading ourselves too thin. And that's where boundaries and consent comes in. So just as in your friendships, if your friend was like, can you brush my hair? Can you do my laundry? Can you do my homework? Will you make dinner? Can you clean the bathroom? If your friend was asking all of that, you wouldn't just be like, yes. Same goes in activism. Like, yes, we feel our issues are urgent. Yes, we want to take action now. But if we burn out, no one's going to take up where we left off unless we have, a phase out program in place and we have someone moving in. But it's really important that we feel into ourselves and feel into what we are comfortable with and how we can really use our energy effectively on the campaigns. And avoid burning out, avoid compassion fatigue, which is so common these days, like especially as we see plastic pollution everywhere on all of our feeds, and we see, climate change is real and all the natural disasters, and we've only got 12 years to clean up our act and all of this stuff. People are suffering and they're panicking and they're freaking out, which is maybe why some of you are here, which is good because you're taking action. But it's important for us to regenerate ourselves, which is why every week we're giving you a nature practice, an activity to connect in nature, to go out and breathe and connect with nature. This is regenerative. That's why we're giving you meditation each week to practice connecting to your breath, connecting to your body, connecting to yourself. And that's what this week's meditation is about. It's about how do I connect to myself? What does that even mean? So there's a guided meditation to help you connect inward. And also to create that kind of force field, that bubble of energy around yourself that's going to keep you safe, so that when you go out into the world with all this energy and all this passion and urgency to act, you also are protecting yourself. You're protecting your energies, your energetic field, if you will, so that people aren't just sucking your energy, but you're choosing when you act and engage, and you're coming from a place of strength and resilience instead of just reacting and responding. It's like, yes, I am able to help with that. Excuse me. And there's tips on avoiding burnout in the PDF. And on that note, we also are talking about coming from a place of love. So instead of coming from a place of fear or urgency, we're coming from a place of love. Always closing our eyes and thinking about why we're really in this. Because I am the ocean. I'm not just protecting the ocean. It's because I am nature. And so coming from a place of compassion and understanding and love, and this is how we begin to create the world we want to be in, is by always vibrating from love. This is a theme we'll continue to touch on. And then self-care. So this is, again, meditation and nature activities is going to support your self-care routine, but it's just really, it's first and foremost, it's important that we take care of ourselves. Connecting to self is the main focus, so that we can sustain our activism and we're not giving and giving and giving until we're totally empty and we're still signed up to give and give and give. So we have to have routine each morning, each every day, where we set up our day with love for our own self, where we meditate and we breathe and we move our bodies, and we have little pampering routines. So this week in our plastic-free recipes, you have a few little recipes that are gonna, that you could use in your morning routine that are really nice. And that just gives you some self-love. It's just a few minutes of your day that really just honor your body and honor yourself, and set yourself up to look after yourself throughout the day, instead of just waking up, getting on the phone, getting on the laptop, excuse me, which isn't the vibration that we want to live from. It's not the vibration of the world that we want to create and live in. We want a natural world, so start with more natural practices. So this is that's your introduction to week 1. Again, most of this is in the PDF, so definitely refer to that. Enjoy the journaling, and now we'll go into the meditation and nature practices. So thank you so much for watching and listening, and we'll chat soon.